If you're a mid-level to C-suite leader who wants to own your growth and figure out your next small, brave move to achieve your leadership goals, you are in the right place. Welcome to the Small Brave Moves podcast, a weekly deep dive on how to be braver in leadership and in life for exceptional results. I'm your host, Nicole Bianchi, best-selling author, certified master executive coach, NSA certified speaking professional, chief bravery officer, and tough talk expert. If you're ready to become a better, braver, and more authentic leader, let's dive in. Welcome back to the Small Brave Moves podcast, where we talk about the real work of leadership, the tough conversations, the small brave moves, and the strategies that help you lead with confidence. Today, we're tackling a topic that every leader, every professional, and every human being will encounter at some point. It's working with toxic people. Toxic colleagues, bosses, or even clients can drain your energy, test your patience, and make you question everything. But here's the thing, you can't always avoid them. You can, however, control how you respond, how you protect your energy, and how you show up. One of the biggest traps people fall into when dealing with toxic coworkers is trying to change them. But here's the hard truth. You cannot control someone else's behavior, only your own. Instead of fixating on what they're doing, shift your focus to what you can control. And here are 3 things that you can control. Number 1, your reactions. You don't have to engage in their negativity. Decide how you respond before they even speak. Number 2, your boundaries. You get to decide how much access they have to your time, energy, and mental space. So many times in those moments, I will tell them, I only have a few minutes to talk and to have this conversation right now so that it keeps it time bound and I'm able to exit it quickly. The third one is your mindset. Recognize that their toxicity is their issue. It's not yours, and don't take it personally. I like to keep a hope-driven mindset in those moments, and that's that positive expectation for a better future and the motivation to reach that outcome. And when we model having a hope-driven mindset, it can definitely impact the most toxic people. So by shifting your attention away from them and onto you, you reclaim your power in the situation. Toxic people thrive on drama, chaos, and reactions. The best way to neutralize their impact is to be intentional about how you show up. So ask yourself, who do I want to be in this situation? What values do I want to lead with? And how do I ensure I don't get sucked into their negativity? It's easy to match their energy, to get defensive, frustrated, or maybe even a little passive aggressive in your response. But when you do that, you give them control over your emotions. So instead, I want you to practice emotional detachment. This is where we stay neutral and objective and don't give them the reaction that they're looking for. A calm confidence. So when they escalate, you stay steady. And clarity in communication. I want you to be direct, be professional, and keep interactions as brief as possible. Because at the end of the day, your leadership is measured not by how others behave, but by how you choose to lead. Let's be honest. Working with toxic people can be exhausting. The stress, the frustration, the emotional toll, it does add up. And that's why protecting your energy isn't just helpful, it's necessary. So here's how you can do that. Number 1, set firm boundaries. Decide in advance what behaviors you will and won't tolerate and stick to it. If you listen to some of our earlier episodes, we've talked about the importance of having a leadership philosophy. When you have that leadership philosophy, you're clear on what behaviors you will tolerate and what you won't. And it's important to go back to those. Number 2, limit exposure. If you don't have to interact with them, don't. And if you must, keep it short and to the point. Number 3, have an outlet. Whether it's a mentor, a coach, or a trusted friend, find someone you can process this with outside of work. When you're able to do that and release the energy around it and just take a moment to vent, it helps you move on from the situation. Number 4, Take good care of yourself. Prioritize rest, exercise, and moments of joy so that you're not constantly running on empty. And most importantly, don't let them rent space in your head. The moment you leave the office, let that negativity stay there and with them. Your energy is just too valuable to waste on someone else's toxicity. So here's my challenge for you. I want you to identify one small brave move you can make this week to shift how you interact with a toxic person in your work environment. Maybe it's setting a boundary. Maybe it's deciding to stay neutral instead of reacting. Maybe it's giving yourself permission to walk away from unproductive conversations. Maybe it's leading a brave conversation to let them see something that you are seeing. Many times, toxic people don't have the self awareness to realize quite what they're doing. Yes, some people do it intentionally. I'm not arguing with that. But I always take it from a positive intent. Like, do people really know how they're showing up all the time? A lot of times, those that do it this way have really low self awareness and low emotional intelligence and even social awareness. And so, what happens is you might be the intervention that they just need. And so, what I will do to lead that brave conversation is say, "Can I share something with you that you might not be seeing?" People always say yes. And then I'll share what I'm experiencing of them and follow it up with, what do you think might be going on here? Us leading that brave conversation allows our presence can be the interaction, the intervention that they need to stop how they're doing this. So there are ways that you can productively, certainly protect your energy, manage your boundaries, all of those things. But an even braver move would be to lead a brave conversation with them about how they're showing up. Whatever it is, take that step. And if this episode resonated with you, do me a favor, rate and review the podcast on your favorite platform. Your feedback helps more leaders find these conversations. And don't keep this to yourself. I'd love it. I'd be so grateful if you share this episode with a colleague, a friend, or maybe even in your team. Because let's be honest, we all know someone who could really benefit from this. Thank you so much. See you next time. Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Small Brave Moves podcast. If you're wanting to take this work even deeper, I'm here to help. From engaging in inspirational keynote speeches to transformational coaching and workshops for leaders and teams, page-turning books, online courses, and enlightening leadership development retreats. There are so many ways that we can work together to take your leadership to the next level. For more information, check out the show notes, and let's do this together, one small brave move at a time. See you next week.